Hello world, my name is Scott, or as I affectionately call myself, the bitter old queen. Okay? I am not a therapist or a political scientist or a professional of any type. Okay? My comments, stories, and suggestions are anecdotal only. Okay? The purpose of this video is to let everyone know that I will be voting for Dr. Nina Schwalbe, okay, in the upcoming election on June 23rd for District 12 here in New York City. I want to talk about other things like the Mamdani press conferences I've been watching. And it is such a breath of fresh air if you watch any of them because um, he addresses the reporters with respect. He answers their question. He speaks to them like they're adults. He doesn't give them the runaround. If he doesn't know something, he'll say, I don't know that. And he'll say, I'll get back to you on that. And something tells me he probably does get back to these people. Okay. But the most interesting part about these press conferences is at the end, no matter if it's just the press or if it's some other people that are involved, whatever, he always gets applause. And it's because he treats people with respect and he realizes that he has to earn it from the people. And it's so refreshing to see a real politician and somebody who's got some real vision and who has the cojones to do it. Okay. So, and what I would love, imagine if we could let Mayor Mamdani loose in the Pentagon to do what he did for the city. When he went in there, imagine if he could go through all the contracts and start canceling contracts on people like he did in the city here and save billions of dollars just in the city. Imagine what he could do in Washington. He, to me, is a barometer here of the political climate change that's going to be happening in the Democratic Party. Okay. If you notice the consultant class, they're all over the internet and all over the airwaves, okay, and they realize that this, vote blue no matter who thing, this is over, okay, because it's really been vote for our billionaires and the people that are in our side, and our billionaires, and otherwise, STFU. Well, guess what the voters are now saying to the corporate Dems, okay? They're giving it right back to them. Why don't you STFU, okay? And lead and realize what we're fighting here. This is a long list here now, okay? We're fighting the GOP, the Republicans, okay? The pedos, okay? The corporate Dems, the corporations, the billionaires, AI, the fossil fuel industry, the Israel lobby, the military industrial complex, warmongers, okay? And the anti-science crackpots out there. And also that we also are dealing with, politics co-opted religion. And it has been led to almost the destruction of religion in our country, you know? I mean, think about it. And this has been going on since the Reagan era when they threw their lot in with politicians, and look what's happened to religion. It's dying in this country, okay? And what is all the root cause of all of this? Narcissism. And this is what I think we need to study because this is what we're dealing with, people. Pure and simple. This is narcissism on all scales, okay, on all fronts, okay. When it comes to our district here, though, I've had a change of heart here, and I'm voting for Dr. Nina Schwalbe, okay, and I have, in my other videos, I talked about not voting for anyone over 45 because I'm trying to correct for the gerontocracy. But when I look at the candidates that are available to me, she is the only one that I can vote for with a clear conscience. Okay? Um, I thought about this too, about my situation where I'm at. Okay? And I've lived a charmed life here with my partner for the last 43 years, okay? He's 81 and I'm 62. He's had a lot of health challenges lately. It's been very difficult for us, okay? But Nina Schwalbe helped to take care of her parents, okay? So she knows what I'll be going through and what I am going through, okay? And also, I'm here, my partner has been in this apartment since 1976. I came along in 1982. Okay, and this is a rent stabilized apartment. So those of you who live in the district and know New York City and rent stabilization, you know what I may be facing in the near future here, or because we are financially interdependent. Okay, We never got married. We haven't gotten married, and it's for financial reasons because of my health. I have all kinds of health problems, okay? And I never wanted to drag him into it, okay? We did become domestic partners in 1994 for our 12th anniversary, okay? Because that's all we had then. At least I would have some kind of protections for the apartment and things like that. So, um, but the thing is, if we were to get married, I would immediately lose lots of my benefits. I would be on Medicare and stuff, but I would be on the hook for a lot of my medical bills and stuff like that, and it would come out of his savings, the little savings that he has left, and I can't do that. It would take one illness to wipe out his savings. Okay. I also have vision issues, and I'm going to be getting an eye operation, well, eye operations in a few years, and they're going to be removing cataracts that are in the way of fixing this thing that I have called Fuchs, where I'll be getting grafts in the back of my corneas, and then I hope I'll be able to have proper vision again. So anyway, just that operation alone would bankrupt us. Okay, just our share that Medicare wouldn't pay for. Okay, so if I were married to him right now, I would get divorced so I could get my eyes fixed. Okay, that's how our system works. That's crazy. Okay, couples all over the country won't marry. They live in sin for this reason because they'll lose benefits. When I remember when I was a teenager, I used to hear about people that would say, "Well, I can't get married. I'll live in sin because I can't lose the $29 a month in food stamps I get." They were saying that when I was in high school. Okay? I think Nita Schwalbe will understand my situation and what I'm going through here. Okay? And besides that, I think she actually will care about me. Okay? And I don't think that about any of these other candidates. Okay? Now, even with all this, my partner Dennis, who is featured in a video we did right before our 43rd anniversary, we did it a few days before. So if you want to look at my past videos, but he's still undecided in the race. He's mulling over three, two other candidates and Ms. Schwalbe. Okay, so and I'm giving him space. I said if you want any more information or point you to anything or whatever, let me know because we are separate people, even though we've been together all these years. And I would never try to say, well, you should do this or you should do that. We don't have that kind of relationship. So he's still working at it though. So one of the things I like about Nina Schwalbe's stance, though, is she wants Schumer gone, and so do I. Okay, I want all the Dems gone that are Israel hawks. Okay, she isn't an Israel hawk. She speaks the truth. Okay, I've heard some talk coming out of some uh, Democrats, that I think they have forgotten that their first oath is to the Constitution and their district. And they seem to forget that's where their loyalties are supposed to lie. Okay? I don't understand how we've lost the narrative here, but this psyop needs to end. Okay? Um, AI, this is the other thing in the race. Okay, AI, it's winning. It's already won. They have so much money. Forget it. These guys who are going back and forth by AI, and oh, they put this many millions and this many millions. Look, the billionaires, they're all winning. This is what it's about now. It's about wrestling back, clawing back all the money and the power, and breaking up these corporations. Nina has talked about, Israel needs to take care of itself. You know, and I think we need to phase out all the foreign aid that we give to other countries just so they won't attack Israel. Okay, this is unbelievable and ridiculous, and it's been going on since I was in college. Okay, oh, and which is like 40 years ago now, people. Come on. If you want to know how much your candidate is into the Israel lobby, okay, there's a thing. It's called Track AI PAC. It's TRACKAIPAC.com. Okay. Um, so, and if you go there, you would be surprised at the amount of money that people have accepted from the Israel lobby. And let me know, those figures aren't up to date. There are other sources that I've heard of. They'll say, well, this is what they say, but we found more and more and more. So those numbers, those are low estimates, okay, of the amount of money that the Israel lobby has poured into our politics now for decades. Okay? So thank you for listening, and I encourage everyone to do your own video. Share what's going on in your neighborhood. Share your thoughts, okay? The other day on TV, Mamdani was saying, Well, with 8.5 million people in New York, we're going to have at least 8.5 million opinions, you know? And that's what I love about New York, is that everyone gets to have your opinion, okay? And that's the thing about New York is I respect you for having your own opinion, especially if you're well researched and you've thought about it and you've weighed options and you're involved. I respect that. I don't care if I agree with you or not. I respect that you're getting involved in the process, okay? So anyway. But we can't keep going on memes, people. We have to keep start doing hard facts and all that stuff. So anyway, please don't forget to vote on the 23rd, okay? And please inform yourself, make the decision that feels right for you, okay? And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? And please take a look at my other videos and podcasts and playlists and things like that. So thank you for coming to court. You've been dismissed. Good night.